To take, but also like it's a game of football. We understand that you're going to have games like this in the league. It's not always going to go your way. You come into a tough ground against a good opposition. Do you know what I mean? They had a bad start to the season, but they really are in form, I think, and they're a team that's on the up. And yeah, we've got to take it. It's not the end of the world. It's a game of football. Bounce back next week at home.
What do you put it down to? You had some chances early on.
Yeah, 100%. We had chances, and I felt like we just didn't silence the crowd early enough. We probably gave them too much to cheer for. Little chances, just not being as dialed in as we probably normally are. We spoke in the change room after, and it's easy to be a good team when things are going well. When things aren't going well, that's when we need to, buckle up, take a bit of ownership about ourselves and people around you, and kick on. I think. It's obviously a tough one to take, but it's one of them that we know what we did wrong today. We weren't at our best, and you've got to accept that.
Maybe disappointed with the nature of at least a couple of the goals, and maybe the timing of the third one. If you'd held on to it at 2-1 a bit longer, perhaps.
Yeah, I think each goal is a bit like that, to be honest. We haven't really been carved open. It's just been kind of scrappy. I think the whole game, you saw how direct they were. Yeah, it's tough, but I think us as a team, we've been around enough and we've got enough character in the group to prevent them goals. But look, it's a step in the road. We've got many more games to play. Hopefully we can use this as a lesson and kick on.
That's the thing, it can just be a blip. You've been on good form.
Yeah, exactly. We've been in great form, and the confidence has been there in the group, so we can't let this affect us in that way. Maybe sometimes you kind of need something like that to happen when things are going well, and we'll go back in to the training ground next week and work hard and try to put things right and kick on. I think there's still massive confidence in the group, and we don't want to suck that out, and we don't want to let other people suck that out of us either. We know we're doing well, and we just got to keep doing more of that.
You're going to have to win some away games, aren't you? Because Preston aside, there's a lot of travel on the horizon.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you want to win every game, of course. Obviously, the away games are always going to be harder. We love playing at Portman Road. It's a great feeling having our fans there. You come to stadiums like this that have got so much character, so much noise, and we've got to silence the crowd earlier and find a way to win it and just control it like we do at home. And I think, we'll be taking that into the rest of the season.
What about the pressure, the weight of expectancy? Because you're there to be shot at, aren't you, as Ipswich Town?
Of course, yeah. It's easy for teams to come and play against us in a way because they're not really expected to maybe get a result, and for us that's the pressure we've got to take on. I think at the start of the season as a group we recognised that, and we've got to use that as to our advantage in a way. Do you know what I mean? Take the confidence from that. Teams are coming trying to disrupt us, so they're going to make it difficult. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be unpredictable at times. You watch games throughout the week of the team you're going to play against, and then come the weekend they're playing in a total different way because they're playing against Ipswich, and that's the nature of the league. We've got to find a way. We've got enough good players to do that. We've got enough good coaches and management there to do that as well, and I feel like we're in a good place.
First time we've spoken to you for a little while. You've got to be pleased with your form overall and your partnership with Cedric. Lots of clean sheets recently. Yeah,
exactly, and I think it was the start of the season was difficult. I think the whole team were trying to find their feet, and there was lots of I think disruption just in whatever way, and I'm enjoying football a lot. Obviously I love it here. I think it's a great club. I'm enjoying playing, just finding our groove, and like I said, it's kind of adapting to obviously last season in the Premier League is a total opposite to what we're experiencing now, and I think maybe it just took us the start of the season to adapt to that and change the mindset and understand that we are the team that everyone wants to be, and it's going to be hard and we're going to have a lot of the ball at times, which sometimes isn't the easiest thing. Having a lot of ball, teams just sit in and they'll make it difficult, and I'm enjoying football a lot at the moment. Just want to keep going. I feel like the group's in a great place and want to add more to that myself, and try to get more at the boys as well.
In terms of that partnership, you've obviously played together at West Brom in the past. Has it just clicked back into place?
I think so. I've known Sedi a long time. Obviously a really good guy, get along great with him off the pitch as well, and on the pitch I think maybe our qualities kind of they suit each other well. He's very laid back, but you see on the pitch he's an absolute animal, absolute monster, and it's just I think the whole back. I don't really think necessarily me and Cedric. There's been a collective with obviously the goalkeepers that have been in and the fullbacks as well. I think it takes a lot for us to be moving in a good way, and I think you see our habits day to day, and when it comes to games as well, I think we're in a really good place, and obviously just enjoying playing football. I think that's the main thing.
Just finally, what do you think Anis is going to bring to the group? You saw him there for 20 minutes or so. You played against him just a few days ago.
Yeah, really good player, obviously very exciting, and we all heard he was coming in because he's one of the best players in the league. I think technically with the ball at his feet he's amazing, and you saw that at glimpses today, getting on the ball and trying to trying to bring us forward. I think off the ball as well, his work rate is top, and it's something that is going to align with the group. We're a hard working group, we pride ourselves on that, so I think him coming into the group now, he can maybe add to that a bit more and push us on again.
Thanks, Dara.
Dara, how did you find that as a physical battle? Because you're obviously a team that want to get the ball down, play. We've seen that so much at Portman Road today. It was blood and thunder, fiery. Was that an element that was quite difficult in a way?
Every game's difficult. They have their challenges. We expected it to be a physical game. Obviously, when it is physical, it is a bit harder than maybe when it's not. Balls in the air, they're just crashing in, and it's the game you get when you come here. I enjoy them games a lot, to be fair, myself. And I think just as a team, maybe we just need to maybe just do a small bit better against teams like that. I think teams that try and come and bully us just know that and understand it and be a bit more cuter at times at things.
Do you not want to kind of also get dragged into it? It felt like after a couple of goals, it was scraps. It kind of became bitty. It felt like they were trying to rattle you. And did you maybe buy into that too much at times, do you think?
Possibly. It's hard not to at times. There's a lot of emotions in the game. Do you know what I mean? We're men who are competitive, who want to win, who want to do well. And obviously that is the game they wanted. We had a little word at half time, and it was important not to get caught up in that. I think there was too much of that in the first half, and I didn't enjoy that personally, because you come to a place like this and the fans are only looking out for that, and that's when they get louder. So a bit of that to learn from too.
Is there a balance between wanting to calm things down, be on the ball, play your way, but also kind of stand up to those challenges as well?
But I think we can do that with how we conduct ourselves, on the ball and off the ball. We don't necessarily have to do it by going up and starting fights and whatnot and getting in people's face. I think we can say a lot by how hard we work and how we're around each other, picking each other off the floor at the right times. And today is one game in a long season. I don't think we played bad today. I think they played good. They did what they needed to do. They had a game plan, they stuck to it, and they got some joy from it. But it's definitely not something for us to worry about.
You mentioned it before, it can be turned into a positive, because it almost kind of acts as a factory reset in a way. You had it almost with Blackburn last month, where it was a poor performance and you came together, spoke about it, and the regrouping from then on was really positive, and you can do the same, I'm supposing.
Yeah, of course. There's always going to be moments like this in the season, and it's just understanding that it is a moment. Do you know what I mean? It's not the season, it doesn't define who we are, what we've done so far and what's left in the season. And lessons, there's always lessons to be learned, and sometimes you do need a lesson that maybe hurts a bit more than winning the game. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully we can make it a lesson and just learn from it and kick on.
You mentioned about the away games as well. At least having a home game next week before all that travel gives you the perfect opportunity to bounce back against a team that's not a million miles away from where you are in the league as well.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously there's a very busy period coming up with a lot of away games, and we've got to get ourselves ready for that, get our head around that. But great game for us to bounce back with next week at home, and hopefully we can get 3 more points on the board.
Thanks, Dara.